After the success of Face the Music, Electric Light Orchestra would be hard-pressed to deliver a worthy follow-up album. Against all odds, the band manages to succeed on all fronts, creative and commercial, with 1976's A New World Record. The same lineup as the previous album is still here. The prominent female backing vocals return, and the same style of laudable pop rock songwriting dressed up in orchestral trappings still has a lot of life left in it. The instrumental playing is still just as great as it was, except this time the album features no instrumental track, something that differentiates it from the previous ELO albums. Jeff Lynne once again proves his stuff, not only as a lyricist, but also as an underrated vocalist, really letting some of the songs glide around while holding others back in a melancholy darkness. A New World Record is a landmark achievement for the band, who once again continues to put out great album after great album. I believe that El Dorado, Face the Music, and A New World Record represent one of the greatest three-album runs in popular music, if not the greatest. And standing at the very top of Electric Light Orchestra's Shining Hill lies this album as perhaps the greatest they ever put out. Now, before I go on to the song-by-song ranking, if you like this video, or my album review videos in general, I have a lot more. I have a playlist of album reviews that will be in the comments below. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment if you want to, if you feel like you have something to say, or even just some words of encouragement. Comment if you disagree with me. I'm welcome to it all. Just please like, subscribe, share anything you can, helps. Thank you. Now let's get on to the song-by-song review. Tightrope opens the album with a sinister-sounding string section that is soon replaced with a bouncy guitar that serves as a memorable introduction to the album. The lyrics, while somewhat nonsensical, work very well in their own style of meaningless, meaningful fluff. Jeff Lynne's vocals and guitar, the lyrics, the choir-like backing vocals, the shift from dark to light, everything is in peak form here. On Telephone Line, Jeff Lynne decides to tackle the greatest problem known to man: telephone addiction! In all seriousness, though, the song is about a man calling his ex and rambling on to himself, or perhaps the telephone operator, while he is actually just waiting for them to pick up the phone, whilst knowing they never will. It is one of Electric Light Orchestra's saddest songs, and the lyrics properly convey the pathos inherent in the subject matter. The song starts out with a third ringtone, a clever addition to the song that makes it a bit more unique. This also helps to make the song, much like Evil Woman before it, instantly recognizable the moment it comes on. The chorus also features great calm response vocals between Lynne and Kelly Gurkut that help make the song stand out even more. Rockaria is one of many songs where Jeff Lynne has tried to merge 50s rock with classical music. Here, with a little help from an opera singer, he manages to do his best variation of this theme. The lyrics are smart and humorous, with it being the story of how a man taught his classical music superfan girlfriend to enjoy rock and roll. The lyrics comparison of 70s rock fans' behavior to classical music is an interesting contrast, albeit one that had been done before, such as in the movie Listomania starring Roger Daltrey. So it was kind of a fad, I guess, in the 70s to kind of explore that concept. On Rockaria, Jeff Lynne once again puts out both a good guitar part and a great lead vocal here, and the string sections help make this the ultimate classic rock mashup song. The parts sung by the opera singer Mary Thomas only help to add to the overall memorability of the song, as well as to make it instantly recognizable, much in the same way as the opening of Telephone Line. Mission, A World Record, is the prog sci-fi rock song of this album, and it does not disappoint. Its lyrics are the proud 1970s tradition of nonsensical, yet fantastical. Seemingly, it is a song about an alien who goes on an important mission to watch the planet Earth, and ultimately loses himself while doing so. This all sounds a bit convoluted, but the otherworldly vocal gives the song a real melancholy feel that somehow makes the song work, in spite of its unwieldy premise, or perhaps in conjunction with it. So Fine is sort of the ultimate feel-good song, almost on par with Mr. Blue Sky. The lyrics paint the picture of an idealized world, and the happy vocals and guitar really sell you on it. The kind of jungle synth instrumental breakdown in the middle might be a bit unnecessary, but if this song was a pie, it would need a crust, right? That metaphor makes no sense, I know, but I'm going with it anyways. I'm leaving it in. As soon as it begins, Livin Thing gets a great groove going on instrumentally, and on the vocals, Jeff Lynne's voice floats along in what is perhaps his best ever vocal performance. Then the chorus comes, and the chorus is great, and one of the best that Lynne has ever written. The lyrics tell the tale of a breakup, the most common premise in music, but everything just clicks into place here. This is, I imagine, a good song to get over your breakup to, with lyrics essentially playing a sad, but ultimately, I guess, life-affirming message. The revelation that it's a living thing may not be as profound as it seems, but it still manages to sound profound every time you come back to the song, and that's enough to give it a meaning all its own. Above the Clouds is another song with a fake profound style and excellent production. The lyrical spellbinding here is once again in top form, and the vocals from Lynne and Grillcut are both excellent. The only problem is it's slightly too short. Do Ya starts out with Bob Dylan-influenced opening lyrics, which belie its age as an old of the Move composition. Still, this song goes all out on the chorus in glam rock style guitar, and it makes the song a bit reminiscent of On the Field Days' Mama Ma Belle. It worked well there, and once again it works well here, due in part because of the sheer unadulterated ham of the lyrics. Shangri-La is another more serious song. The lyrics compare the end of a romantic relationship to the Beatles breaking up, which is a bit unwieldy, but it was probably something that most people listening to this in 1976 could relate to better than I can. The ending where the song has a false ending before going into the I Will Return part of the song bears some semblance to movements in classical music, and also film soundtracks, and it does work as a suitable climax to end the album on, despite this otherwise being the weakest track. So overall here, you have a really great selection of songs from beginning to end. The song at the end is the weakest, but it still manages to land the album quite well. So before we go on to the final album and song rankings, I do want to look at the sleeve here. As you can see, this is a very nice sleeve. Got the nice green text up here. You got this beautiful, beautiful logo. In my opinion, the logo on the next album, Out of the Blue, is a bit too airbrushed and wobbly looking. I like this kind of hand-drawn design. I like the detail in the middle bits. I like that logo. I like all of this, really. I like, just the way it looks. Kind of looks like neon, maybe. Like the city down here. I like the wave it's coasting along on. And the back isn't as exciting. It's got kind of some spotlights and stars. And I will say that this bit here is actually very slightly embossed, although I don't really know why they bothered, since you can only barely really feel it, and certainly really can't see it even in person any more than you can in this video. But I guess it's a nice touch. Anyways, it was so nice actually that my father's high school yearbook literally traced over this and put the high school's initials there instead of yellow. True story, actually. I'll show them in a video sometime later. Here is another great thing. This is the liner. You got text here. You got this really, really nice thing of kind of the yellow logo echoing out in this blue line art style. I wish I had like a clean copy of that where you could see, it without the text of it, because there's a really, really nice thing there. The lyrics, of course, always appreciated. I always prefer, I'd rather have them than not have them. And here on this side, got kind of a washed out picture of the band looking a bit tired. They got yellow kind of sweater hoodie things that seem to be custom, or at least have little yellow stitches on them. That's very nice, but overall, it's not the best picture of the band. And also, this record has a custom label. It's something you'd see more and more kind of in the later 70s, although it would disappear a bit more into the 80s as records became kind of cheaper, but there you go. It says ELO there. Other side's nothing really special. I like these type of labels, but I prefer it if they did have the track listing on each side on that side, because it sometimes makes it kind of confusing when you put them on about which side you're actually starting. I know I've started this album up on side 2 occasionally on accident, so, and I do prefer generally to listen to them with the intended track listing. So, there you go. Overall, it's a really well-packaged album, even if the one photograph of the liner was a bit dull. But overall, I mean, look at that. That cover, you just can't beat that. That looks great. So, now I guess it's time for me to go on to my final rankings for the songs and then eventually the album. Tightrope, I give a 10 out of 10. Telephone Line, I give a 10 out of 10. Rockaria, I give a 10 out of 10, wow. Mission, a world record, I give a 9 out of 10. So Fine, I give a 9 out of 10. Livin Thing, I give a 10 out of 10. Above the Clouds, I give a 9 out of 10. You see where this is going, don't you? Do Ya, I give a 9 out of 10. Shangri-La, I give a 7 out of 10. Maybe it's deserving of an 8, but it's not my favorite. Also, I like the Kinks song named Shangri-La better than it. Overall, though, I give the album 10 out of 10. Really was just probably the band's greatest album. Certainly the best thing they did until time. And it is the perfect conclusion to the great free album 1 of El Dorado, Face Music, and this. As I said, just perfect. It's just perfect. So there we go. The best album of 1976. Once again, if you liked this video, I would like to encourage you to like, subscribe, comment your thoughts on the album or my presentation down below. And I will see you in the next video, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.